Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan from the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. This channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of color. So as you know, I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. Now today's video is about treating lip hyperpigmentation. So as you can see, here are some before and after photos for lip pigmentation that I've treated. Now this video we're going to be talking about not only how to treat it, but also why you get it, the mistakes made trying to treat it, the best ingredients for lip pigmentation, and at the end I will be giving you a step-by-step routine and a very exciting announcement that I have for lip pigmentation. So make sure you hang around for that bit. So let's start off talking about the anatomy of the lips. The skin on the lips is only about 3 to 5 cells thick. It's very thin compared to your cheeks. The cells on your cheeks are about 16 cells thick. And so this means that actually you can see the pink blood vessels under your lips, and that's what gives you the pink color. Okay, so what causes lip pigmentation? So essentially anything that damages the lip will trigger your melanocytes. That could be smoking, it could be due to UV, so if you don't wear sunscreen on the lips, it can be due to inflammation or trauma. So for example, cosmetics tends to be a big problem, but also it can be even, for example, if you've been eating pineapple out in the sun and you've caused inflammation of the lips, that can also trigger your melanocytes. So there are lots of reasons why you would get lip pigmentation. So why is this a problem for skin of color more than for Caucasian skin? The reason is our melanocytes, the cells that produce the pigment melanin, are large and they are easily triggered. As you all know by now, one scratch, one bite or one burn can trigger your melanocyte and lead to hyperpigmentation. And the same is true of the lips. So that's why we actually have to be very careful when it comes to anything to do with skincare for skin of color. And that's really why this channel exists. Now, some of the main mistakes made when trying to treat lip pigmentation are things like laser, IPL or cryotherapy. These treatments are not suitable for treating lip pigmentation for skin of color because you can burn and get more pigmentation. It's better to do nothing than to make the situation worse. So Dr. V, how do we treat lip pigmentation? So first of all, you need to know the basics. Number one, quit smoking, because no matter what you do afterwards, if you haven't quit smoking, your lip pigmentation is only going to come back and it's a waste of your time, it's a waste of your money. So if you're smoking, you have to stop. The second thing is start wearing SPF50 lip balm, because again, no matter what I tell you to do, if the trigger is still there and UV is still hitting the lips, then again your lip pigmentation is going to come back again. So that's also essential. Now there's a list of ingredients that I love for lip pigmentation, starting off with retinol palmitate. Retinol palmitate is a form of vitamin A. And those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, you're going to say, yeah, but Dr. V, isn't retinol palmitate the weakest form of vitamin A? And the answer is yes, it is. However, it's the best form for lip pigmentation. Don't forget the skin is very thin on the lips. The skin is very sensitive. So we can't use anything that's going to irritate the skin too much. Retinol palmitate is the perfect vitamin A for lip pigmentation in skin of color. The next ingredient that I love is Kojic dipalmitate. Kojic dipalmitate is an ester of kojic acid. Kojic acid is a tyrosinase inhibitor. Now, kojic dipalmitate is more stable and less irritating than kojic acid, and that's why I prefer it for skin of color. It's a very powerful tyrosinase inhibitor, which basically means it slows down the rate of melanin production in the melanocyte itself. So what we like to do is treat the root cause. The next ingredient I love is alpha arbutin. 2% is perfect for skin of color. It's also a very powerful tyrosinase inhibitor, but it doesn't irritate the skin and it doesn't lead to rebound pigmentation. The next ingredient I love for lip pigmentation is azelloglycine. Now, azelloglycine is azelaic acid plus glycine. Azelaic acid on its own is going to be far too irritating for lip pigmentation. So when you combine the two, it's actually less irritating and more hydrating, which is also very important for lip pigmentation. The next ingredient I love is niacinamide. So the way niacinamide works is it reduces the transfer of those packets of melanin called melanosomes in the melanocyte itself to the surrounding skin cells. And this means that you see less hyperpigmentation on the surface of the skin. The next ingredient I love is Phytic Acid. It's a fantastic ingredient. I love it for dermal pigmentation, and I like it at approximately 1%. More than 1%, it can become an exfoliant and it becomes a little bit more irritating. So 1% is perfect, especially for lip pigmentation. So the next ingredient I love is Octadecanic Acid. Again, a very powerful tyrosinase inhibitor, and it's actually a very difficult ingredient to find in a lot of cosmetic creams. It is quite expensive, but it's probably one of the most powerful tyrosinase inhibitors that we have access to. And the other ingredient I love is tocopherol acetate. That's your vitamin E. The way it works is it mops up free radicals. As you know, free radicals are criminals of our skin. They are not good for us. They age our skin and they lead to pigmentation. So antioxidants are always a good idea when it comes to skin of color. So I'm sure you already know about me. I treat pigmentation at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. So we've treated 40,000 cases with a 95% success rate. And all the ingredients I'm talking about, we already use in our pigmentation treatments. And that's why I know the best percentages for skin of color. Okay, so I've just given you a really long list of ingredients, and can you guess that this product just didn't exist? And you have been asking me about lip pigmentation for years. So I decided that I would create the world's first lip pigmentation kit for skin of color, and it's called Dr. V Lipx. I've been working on it for a very long time. And we went through our independent clinical studies for Lipx on 24 candidates, and we saw 100% of the candidates saw a reduction in their lip pigmentation with 0% reactions, which was, honestly, that's unheard of. You never get those sorts of results. I'm fully aware about small sample bias, and I'm sure if we did this on 1,000 candidates, we'd probably have a 95% success rate, 5% failure rate, similar to my clinic. However, to get these results on 24 candidates was pretty impressive. So I was very pleased. So let me show you the inside of this kit. It's a 3-part kit. So this is what it looks like. And of course, you already know that I am as eco-friendly as I possibly can be. So we decided to do everything in glass. So scrub this is your tyrosinase inhibiting scrub. You apply this first, and you do that about 2 to 3 nights a week, followed by your Dr. V mask. So this is actually very powerful. This has got the highest percentage tyrosinase inhibitors. This is recyclable plastic because you can't have glass as in a pump form. And then you follow by your tyrosinase inhibiting balm, and you apply this one every single night. During the day, you apply your SPF50, but this is how this kit works, and you tend to start to see results after 3 to 6 months. So it is a treatment, and we are treating the root cause. We go into the skin and slow down the rate of the melanocyte. It's not a quick fix where you're just taking the top layer of skin away. This is how you get long-term results. So it does take time. You do need to be patient, but I'm so proud of this kit, and I really hope that everyone who has lip pigmentation, and if it really affects your quality of life, I really hope that this helps and you just feel more comfortable, you feel more secure, and I would feel like I've done a great job for you. So there are a few things that you want to know before you purchase or before you start using the kit. Number one, there's no downtime with this kit. So no one's going to know you're in treatment. You can carry on as normal. Don't do any other professional treatment to the lips. Don't apply any other actives to the lips, because we use the highest percentages of every single active, and I don't want you to overload your skin. The side effects, there's 1% chance of temporary dry skin or temporary sensitivity. So it's important to be aware of that. Don't use this kit if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding. It's best to wait. And don't use if you have an active cold sore. It's really important that you know that this kit is only for the skin on the lips. It's not for the corners of the mouth. It's not for the upper lip area or around the mouth. It's purely for lip pigmentation. As time goes on, I will start creating more kits for you. We've got periorbital pigmentation kit coming out soon. We've got bikini pigmentation coming out soon. So different parts of the body actually require different actives. and that's very important to know. So if your issue is melasma, this is not the correct kit for you. This is purely for lip pigmentation. Okay, so I'm now going to read out the ingredients list to you because it's so long and I want to make sure you have everything perfectly. Right, so let's start off with the scrub. In the scrub, there is retinol palmitate, Kojic dipalmitate, alpha arbutin, licorice. In the mask, we've got aziloglycine, which is your azelaic acid. We've got niacinamide, alpha arbutin, phytic acid. We've got licorice. We've got retinol palmitate. And in the balm, we've got tocopherol acetate, octadecanoic acid. We've got alpha arbutin, Kojic dipalmitate, niacinamide, aziloglycine. And that is basically all the ingredients you need for lip pigmentation and skin of color. So to purchase, the link is in the description box below. If you've got any questions about lip pigmentation, can you also write them down below for me? And please do follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic and Skincare by Dr. V. Thank you very much for listening.
I deal with hyperpigmentation all the time in my office, and lips come up all the time, and I don't have a good solution for patients for lips. Good job, Dr. V.
Patients to use something at home every day that can give them some really great results.
This is amazing. We need someone like you, and it's just, oh, I'm so excited for this.
I'm happy the way you actually combined these amazing tyrosine inhibitors. How were you able to even get this, that? Yeah. Wow. Wow, I give it to you.
So you can be, as I said before, the beacon of hope for people of darker skin color here in Jordan and the Middle East.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan from the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. I've treated over 40,000 cases of pigmentation for skin of color with a 95% success rate. That is the largest database globally. We've now specially formulated kits for skin of color that can be delivered directly to you in your home.